Russell Wilson has football coaches, a strength coach, a mental conditioning coach, and now Russell Wilson has a food coach. According to ESPN, Wilson has been sticking to a very disciplined food plan thanks to his food coach. Seahawks quarterback is on a 9-meal plan. It's a 4,800 calorie diet every day. And get this, he's losing weight, he's getting lean. Russell is eating lots of fish, steak, and veggies. He's no longer eating dairy and breads. When Russell first met his coach, he weighed around 225 pounds with 16% body fat. He recently measured in at 214 pounds with 10% body fat. He was at a charity golf tournament recently. Everybody that said they saw him there said he looked very lean. The Seahawks will open training camp on July 30th. And with that in mind, we are here with the doctor, Dr. Emily Cooper, joining us today from the Diabetes Research Foundation and author of Metabolic Storm. Dr. Cooper, you've got to break it down for me. Russell Wilson right here. Everybody loves him in Seattle. He's eating more. He's doubled his calorie intake. How in the world is he losing weight?
Well, this is another story, yet another story that proves that weight regulation is not a simple equation of calories in and calories out. And you would think if you eat less, you will lose weight. If you eat more, you will gain weight. But actually, the opposite can be true. And in fact, in over 20 years of working with athletes from recreational to Olympians, I've seen this again and again. So it's actually really common. And the reason is that when you don't fuel your activities appropriately, your metabolism slows down. And this causes your body to actually store extra body fat and hold onto it for protection against starvation. So it's not your body trying to work against you, it's actually just trying to protect you.
And so this is almost the opposite of starvation. This is just like, almost like you're eating every hour on this food plan here. Obviously, when you don't eat enough, it's not good.
It's not good, and more things can go wrong than just your weight. It affects our body and our brain because our body and our brain need fuel. So if you're not eating enough, you'll feel sluggish, you won't be able to concentrate, your mood will be irritable, and your body won't recover in terms of muscle recovery. You're more prone to injury, you can have more infections and illnesses, and then also men's testosterone level can plummet and women's estrogen can drop, so it can even affect your fertility. So it's actually really important beyond just your weight.
Okay, you got to listen. Dr. Cooper, she knows everything. And with that in mind, hopefully Russell Wilson is listening and watching as we speak right now. Will this work for him long term? I know Russell Wilson talked about being quicker on the field, you know, getting out there, running a little bit. There he is at training camp right there. Will this diet, this food plan work for him long term?
Well, keep in mind, I don't know Russell's medical history or exactly what he's doing, but I've worked with many athletes who what the best thing is to take this first step of making sure you're getting adequate calories. And so I think that's great, boosting the calories. Next, you've got to look at the composition, because if you're not getting enough carbohydrates, you can actually end up right back where you started, even if you're doing everything else right. And so in fact, diets that are high in animal protein and low in whole grains are actually found to be associated with increased risk of obesity, increased risk of diabetes type 2, and increased cardiovascular disease risk. So you've really got to focus also on the food groups and making sure you have enough carbs, not just from fruits and vegetables, but also whole grains and whole grain products.
Okay, I'm sure there's a lot of people right now watching this, including my wife, who's saying, well, Chris, you are not a professional athlete. You're not out on the field 8 hours a day. You're not lifting weights 2 hours a day. You're doing about 15 minutes at the YMCA in about a half an hour. So will this work for the rest of us? Well, the majority of us, if you will.
We really are always fighting this carbophobia in our society. So we have to realize that carbs are our energy supply. Our brain and our body need it. So look at yourself. How do you feel? Are you sluggish? Are you prone to injury? Are you having trouble with your memory, your focus, your concentration? And think, am I really fueling my body enough for my lifestyle? So we're not out there as professional athletes, but we're doing something. And in the summer, we're ramping up our exercise often. And we also need to ramp up the food. And this goes for kids too, high school athletes and college athletes and even elementary school athletes. So if they're out on the field for long periods of time, you need to eat before and after the workout. And if you're really out there for hours, you need to consume something during the workout in the form of an appropriate sports drink. So you really have to pay attention.
Great advice. Dr. Emily Cooper, always great to have you on the show. Thank you so much. Hopefully all the parents, the kids were listening, taking notes. Great stuff. Thank you so much. Amanda, Mark, back to you guys.